Shit for a week. Pull up to a job. Got any sang in the mountain, boss?
Y'all probably don't have any there, huh?
No, sir,
high
we do
enough in
not.
elevation.
No. We got, I don't think anything in the mountains plant-wise.
And, but we don't bid on the same work typically, you know.
Understood.
Competitors that I bid against on the same stuff, the guy who's trying to do his own install right now, there used to be another guy in town that we'd compete against a lot, but now he's just focused on, like, look at this from the storm.
Oh my, carried down the mountain? There's some rocks.
Yeah, see the back of that building's all washed out. That whole campground was worked really hard to get it back up, but there was this other guy we used to compete a lot against, but he does creek bank stabilization now, so he's pretty much just focused on that, so we don't compete much anymore. There's another guy who in the last couple of years has got out of hardscape and starting to get into more site work, but he pretty much just works for like 2 contractors, which is more work than he'll ever need.
Understood.
So I don't know, not many, typically, like, we're like, if someone calls us, we're kind of like on, bidding against some of those guys if they also get the call. And then if, the person for some reason wants to try to get a comparative price, they're going to end up reaching one of the other mini excavator guys. And then the price is so drastically different, and they, the brand sells itself at that point, you know what I mean? They just come get the approval, It's pretty easy at this point, to be honest with you. The tree work, there's a lot more competition, and because, again, there was a lot of guys who popped up in the last couple of years, and like at the end of the day, like, a tree cut's a tree cut, you know what I mean? It's not like a retaining wall next to my house. If that fails, it's horrific. At the end of the day, like, whoever cuts the tree, and the tree's gone, and so, but I also don't advertise for tree work, like I said. Like the people who are calling me they're warm leads, you know what I mean? So they're typically not shopping anyways, and no matter what, on either end, I feel like I'm very fairly priced. I don't take advantage of, kind of having a chokehold on some of the marketplace.
Right.
And so, I mean, it's pretty rare that, like, typically you'll see, like, I give the customer a price while we're there. I normally don't have to go back and do a bunch of work on the computer. And so normally we get an approval or denial right then, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Or, if it's not an approval, it's, well, let me see if I can move some money or what the wife says. And that's usually not a bullshit. Sometimes, people will give you the bullshit of, well, let me ask the wife. And that really means I'm getting 5 more prices, but
100%, buddy.
But also, like I said, the brand is built now over 11 years. We've already sent them through a pretty strenuous screening process before I get there. You know what I mean?
It's a little windy.
A little nippier up here.
A little nipper, hey, Valor.
It stays windy as shit up here, and when we burned all this, man, so windy.
I couldn't even imagine. Old 317.
Yeah.
You like her?
I like it a lot. When we first bought it, we really wanted something a little bit bigger, but we bought it during the Helene rush, and you pretty much just had to take what you could get at that point because there was nothing available for rent or purchase.
I couldn't imagine, dude.
But it's worked really well. We got the 210 if we do need something bigger on site, so half loop driveway, septic will go in the back, do tank initial, and then repair down there by those tall trees, standing trees at the bottom.
Beautiful, man. Couldn't imagine having that as a view. I could imagine it very easily.
We developed that at the top too. It's got a really nice view, but that looking out that way. It's a Christmas tree farm below it, so no one will ever build under there. The track's turned, and so I'm sliding down with my tracks this way, and it caught, and I got this boom over fast enough, to But on a 210, when you're rolling, that's not a fun
No.
feeling. You know,
No.
a mini, it's like, you know, whatever, you can move pretty quick on it.
When you're
but,
skating,
yeah.
50,000 pounds is a little different, fella. I'll tell on myself. I was loading it on a low boy, side loading it off a curb, really heavy residential area apartments. I got it through there, got it on the trailer, and 210 sits out there on the steel, not much on the wood.
Yeah.
And it was sitting there, and I went to swing around, and I guess
Just
it
the momentum.
Oh, dude,
Yeah, I've done it.
Slid. And I went straight up in that 210 on the side of this asphalt, and I come back down on the trailer. Thank you, Jesus. But
Yeah.
scared the bejesus out of me. But rocks, wet, machine sliding. Dozer's always fun.
Yeah. One time,
Dozer?
yeah, we got it's over at the land right now. We got a 650.
Okay.
One time I framed my low boy out with my 210 on it, and the 210 was under a tree. Like I couldn't even raise the boom. And it's this old, super dead maple right next to a house. So I wanted to drop the trailer and walk it off, but I couldn't because the truck I couldn't get out. And snowing, just started snowing, so everything was slick as can be, you know. And so normally, you know, you'd lift your boom, you turn over, you'd just unload and get the trailer out of the way. But I couldn't lift my boom, so I had to stay curled up, yeah, and walk over and just let it fall off, you know what I mean? Fortunately, I knew it was gonna fall off,
Right.
you know what I mean? But that's still not a fun ride, dude, you know?
No.
Yeah, I'm bumping the tree with the boom, you know, trying to see how much, and pieces are falling out of it 'cause it's so dead on, like right on the house almost, you know. So I was worried that like when it went to roll off the side, the boom, so I'm having to drive the boom down into the trailer.
That's what we call cowboy shit.
Oh yeah. It was real reckless. I had the whole street shut down.
You bet you.
I'm by myself, working as fast as I can to get the shit.
Yeah. That's an everyday occurrence. And you're like, out of all the people I got, I can't have one person in here right now?
Well, see, the thing is, it just started snowing, so everyone went home, and I was like, well, let me just move the equipment for the next day.
Business owner, you're still working in the snow after everybody's gone home? Sorry.
And driving the truck, which you're not supposed to do. I heard your CCA doesn't like. That was a couple years ago. I actually don't even own a low boy anymore. We sold it, and anytime we need that 210 moved, sometimes we move it on that 35 ton, which we shouldn't.
Shit, man.
But I got another buddy that's got a low. That's all he does is moves.
Some pretty sketchy stuff on all over the years.
We've done plenty of cowboy shit, moving stuff in the evenings.
It's trending upwards. They know where they're entering at interest on the construction point and the point of end construction. But when you're up here trying to enter into construction and you don't know your ceiling, they're like, meh. And then you stack high variable costs, all this tariff noise,
all the tariff
and everything.
stuff.
Like they all just, let's just slip it over into a CD. We'll go play golf for another year. We'll be back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I truly believe this winter is, it's been waiting.
Well, they're not going to let their money sit for too long anyway. You know, they'll start looking at, well, we're not going to make as much as we did, but let's put it to work.
That's right. That's right.
I took a mini and cut a bench of this just complete loom. That's what they built on. And I'm cutting the loom, and, you know, there's 10 feet of shear cut above me that I'm digging out of, and it's just collapsing as I go, and I'm
oh my god,
throwing this stuff to the side to build a bench.
Try and pad you up a little bit.
And you know, I finally worked a bench all the way around the outside of that, you know, a track and a half wide of the 50, and then we had to build off of that, you know. But goddamn, dude, every bucket swing, you know, it's the machine's wanting to move in that loom, you know. So it was like a full 12-hour day. As a matter of fact, there's another job I did. We started the same thing. We were like on just a straight shear cut, and we had to build a road down to where we could get equipment up the next morning. And I got to the end, and I was on my John Deere 130. I got like 60 more feet. It's getting dark. I can't see shit no more. And I hit rock. Yeah, dude.
20 minutes more worth of work.
Mother dude.
5 days.
And it's the same thing. I'm building just a straight shear cut on my left side to a cut fill, you know. And now I'm digging through rock while sitting on rock on the edge of just a straight drop, you know.
Oh my God, bro.
Can't see anything, so I can't really good see how close I am to the edge. And every time I go to pull to dig the rock, the machine's scooting around.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? So there's so many jobs we do
Dig
that
the
are
blade as hard as you can and
Yeah.
still just pushing.
yeah.
That's some good looking work, boys.
They do good work for sure.
It's
We're not done yet, man.
I get to good.
We're gonna go check on Legend real quick. He says he's got the cut done, and then someone just texted me and asked me about putting a tree on the ground, so I'll go look at that
Oh,
real
baby.
quick. You wanna go to the shop first? I'd like to get a t-shirt as well.
You guys use that dozer a lot on y'all stuff?
Yeah, everything, man. It's got. I'm telling you, where I was going with that D6N, efficiency-wise, what it would take 5 days for that 6N to do. Big machine, man. Move a lot of material. You can do it too, bro.
With the
Consistent. And I'm like, and Sam, he made it a point. He's like, I don't want you to buy another dozer until we're ready for a 61i machine. He said, those two dozers, we should be able to do 40-acre developments if we know what we're doing. And
production-wise, it's that much stronger, or it's because he has grade controls and stuff?
both. Now, don't get me wrong, the way Sam thinks about the layers of the job to sub is, dude, he teaches me. Like, I have gained respect so many times walking out there and go, Sam, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about here. Explain to me what's going on. And it takes a little bit of time. Oh, the curb face is gonna hit you. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Thank you. I'm not thinking of it like you.
Yeah.
But dude, once he got proficient at the GPS, it's, you gotta come run it, dude. Well, you could run one out here, but literally, dude, there is no putting material in place twice. It's one time, every time, roll it, proof roll, you're gone. And the coolest thing I love, literally at the end of the day, you got an entire, say, 3 or 4 acres that you've been working on. We got a rain event coming.
Yeah.
He can take that 3-4 acres or whatever, put it at a 0.25 offset, drain it all to one point. We can pump it out that way.
Yeah.
No, you can't see it to your eye. It's not screwing his grade up.
Yeah.
But that way we can at least control a little bit of the rain event to kick pumps on. I'm gonna send you that video.
The cat video.
Bro, the ease of use bolts the sensors right onto that machine. You don't, like, it's not a huge deal. You don't have to set up a rover. You don't have to set up any of that. It's just so when he, gets to his grade, he can take a shot.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Dude, like,
I've seen it on TikTok, people using that, like, just to see the height differences of water levels or culvert levels or whatever, and definitely super handy to have for sure.
It's in before the display pops up usually.
dude, I'm 100 hours in on this machine, and I freaking called him back and I said, hey, what are we doing here, bud? This is a lemon. No, you do not.
My 317 same way.
Bro, I'm going to send you a video off of YouTube, and you can watch it without me sitting here wasting your time. When he thoroughly explained it to me, and I took a video of it, put a QR code in it, so anybody gets in here can boop, see what the hell's going on. But being these types of shots, one shot, zeroed out the entire time, or I want to bring it up a quarter, put an offset in there, and then it'll zero out. Yeah, man. It's not that expensive to put on. And it's not GPS.
Program?
Yep, it's all in here. And I'll send you that damn video. And you can put, like, so if you're in, which I don't know if I'd ever actually use this, but if you're in a super tight space, you can put a ceiling.
Where it can't lift. We would use that a lot, actually.
And swing, bro. You can make it to where that summit will swing right here. That's it.
Stop.
That's it. It's insane.
The
helping you,
the
Legend.
grade control on this would be awesome.
Have you?
Yeah, Legends does pipe. He leaves me all the time and just goes and does pipeline stints. Gives me no notice. I just show up the next morning.
Shutdowns,
Where's
tie-ins?
Legend at? This was just an old, like, we just stored our lumber and shit in there.
Really? And then closed it in?
It was like a pole barn, block walls. The walls were falling all off.
Oh
I tore
my
all the walls
God.
down and just rebuilt from there.
See, I don't have that, bro. Anything past the slab,
Yeah.
your boy is long gone, filler. Damn, that's a perfect setup, dude.
Yeah,
And you got this kicked off T building here.
Yeah, so this was just a single bay. You can see where they filled in.
You got your name on a jet skis? Are you
Yes,
kidding
sir.
me?
And my race number. So this was a rental space too, but we switched to the gym so I could have the gym space.
Oh shit, feller.
Yeah,
There she is.
there she is.
There's her. Yeah, I kind of do.
Curling it,
I
baby.
kind of want to do it. Just, I promise I won't touch nothing. Get out, bro.
Keys in it, you can start it.
No, I ain't starting it.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay.
That's-
If you don't, I will.
Dude, it's like 6 inches off the ground, homeboy.
Slow, dude. Slow. Kind of sucks with big dudes in there. It's tight.
Take my damn shoes off here. That's sick, bro. We're gonna need a Lambo. Oh, God. You gotta hold the pedal?
Yeah, hold it and then just press that center button. You might need to move the keys in the center right there.
Bruh. Son! Storage, you bet.
We tried to buy them before tariffs and shit, you know?
Mm-hmm. Got the old tanks, old Western Star.
Yeah.
Dude, look at that old f***ing trench roller.
Oh yeah, thing's old as shit, man. Still works great.
No way.
Yeah.
Cool, dude. I'm such a geek when it comes to equipment.
Look at the cheeks, dude.
Oh, she's rolling solid, son. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's packed a lot of dirt in its day.
Bro, that's probably the coolest thing on the whole place. I just sat in a Lambo, but like, look at this antique dinosaur still in operation, killing it.
I bought it on a pond that I needed to put a key back in, and all the walls were dog shit, and I was like, dude, we may lose this. We may lose the trench compactor in here if these walls fall in. So I bought it off Marketplace because like if I lose it, it's not that big of a deal.
You bet.
I paid $2 grand for it.
We ran them all the freaking time, all the time. You like your old Western Star?
Yeah, I'll be honest, I've never even drove that truck.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Bought it several months ago, and you guys have been there.
I do like them orange fenders. I do like that orange color. So I can walk this place. I can tell you what you put your money in compared to employees. You know what I mean? You were smarter than I was, to be honest with you, because as I was building, I kept adding people instead of adding equipment to replace a person or... No, dude, you should be very proud of yourself, brother, because I'm proud of you. This is absolutely awesome.
Most of it, you know.
Dude, seriously, that's super impressive. And I know how much hard sweat work it takes to do something like this, you know what I mean? Yeah. And nah, dude, inspiring for sure. It's cool.